The mistake is not having thin hair. The mistake is styling thin hair as if it still behaves like the hair you had at 35. That is where so many beautiful women lose their softness, their polish, and sometimes even their confidence. Not because their hair is gray, not because their face has changed, not because they are past a certain age, but because the hairstyle, the cut, the color, and the daily routine are fighting against the hair they actually have now. Thin hair after 60 does not need to be punished into volume. It does not need to be sprayed into a helmet. It does not need to be chopped off automatically. And it certainly does not need to be hidden under a style that makes the whole face look tired. The most flattering thin hairstyle at this stage of life is not always the biggest style. It is the lightest, freshest, cleanest style. The one that gives the facelift, movement, softness, and intention without looking stiff or forced. Picture a woman named Carol. She is 68. She has always been well put together. She wears a pretty blouse to lunch, a little lipstick, small gold earrings, comfortable loafers, maybe a navy cardigan because she likes to look polished but not fussy. Years ago, her hair had body. She could roll it, tease it, brush it into place, and it would stay. Now, her part looks wider. The sides feel thinner. The crown falls flat by noon. So every morning she fights it. She vacuums the tops, curls the ends under, pats everything into a rounded shape, then sprays again because she is afraid it will collapse. From the front, she thinks she has created volume. But from across the room, the hair looks stiff. The top looks separate from the face. The ends look heavy. The color looks too solid. And because the hair does not move, the whole outfit suddenly feels older than it is. Then she makes one small change. Not a dramatic makeover, not a 20-year younger fantasy. She simply softens the outline. She stops teasing the crown into a hard bump. She asks her stylist for gentle blended layers around the face, not choppy pieces everywhere. She changes the part slightly. Scalp is not exposed in the same place every day. She uses a lighter styling cream only on the ends, not at the roots. She lifts the crown with a round brush, lets the sides move naturally, and leaves a little softness around the cheekbones. Nothing about her age changed. Nothing about her life changed. But her face looks more awake. Her neck looks less crowded. Her earrings look intentional. Her blouse looks more modern. The same woman suddenly looks fresher, lighter, and more confident. That is the power of styling thin hair correctly after 60. It is not about pretending to have thick hair. It is about making the hair you do have work beautifully with your face, your wardrobe, your lifestyle, and your real texture. The first style to stop forcing on thin hair is the stiff, over-teased crown. A little lift at the crown can be wonderful. It can lengthen the face, improve posture visually, and make the profile look more balanced. But there is a big difference between lift and teasing the hair until it becomes a hard shell. When thin hair is backcombed too much, the individual strands often separate. Instead of looking fuller, the hair can look dry, fuzzy, and fragile. The eye goes straight to the teased area because it looks different from the rest of the head. Then, to hold it in place, more spray is added. The result is a shape that does not move with the woman. It sits on top of her head like a little structure. That kind of volume can be especially aging when the sides are flat and the crown is high, because it creates an old-fashioned silhouette. The face appears pulled downward while the hair appears lifted upward, in a way that does not feel natural. It can also make the neck look shorter, especially if the back is rounded and the ends are curled tightly under. What works better is soft lift, not stiff height. Instead of teasing the hair aggressively, hair usually lies flat because it is dried in the same direction every day. If you blow dry the crown upward and slightly back while the roots are still damp, you often get a gentler lift than you would from back-coming dry hair. Use a lightweight volumizing mousse or root spray only where you need it. Too much product all over the head can make thin hair collapse faster. The small change that makes a big difference is this. Lift the root, but let the ends move. That means the top can have air, but the sides should not be plastered. A little bend around the cheekbone is often more flattering than a hard curl at the ends. If your face has softened with age, stiff hair can make the contrast feel harsh. Soft movement around the temples and jaw gives the face a gentler frame. This matters with clothing too. If you wear a crisp white shirt, a blazer, a trench coat, or a simple sweater, stiff hair can make the outfit feel some movement, makes the same outfit look relaxed and refined. It says, I take care of myself, not I am trapped in an old beauty routine. The next habit to stop is wearing long, thin ends simply because you are afraid that cutting your hair will make you look older. This is such a common emotional trap. A woman may have worn longer hair for decades. It may feel feminine. It may feel familiar. It may feel like the last connection to the woman she used to see in the mirror. So even when the bottom 4 inches have become see-through, she keeps the length, but thin ends can quietly change the whole body line. When hair travels downward to the weakest part of the hair, instead of seeing the cheekbones, eyes, smile, earrings, or neckline, people notice the wispy ends. Those ends can make the hair look less intentional, even if the woman is beautifully dressed. This is especially important if you like soft blouses, cardigans, scarves, or necklaces. Thin ends resting on the shoulders can compete with the neckline. They can make a pretty blouse look slightly untidy. They can also draw attention to necklines in a way that is not flattering, not because the neck is wrong, but because the hair is landing right at the area the woman may already feel sensitive about. The better choice is not automatically a pixie. It is not automatically a bob. It is a stronger perimeter. If your hair is fine and thin, a slightly shorter cut with a cleaner edge often looks thicker than longer hair with fragile ends. That might be a chin-length bob with soft layering. It might be a collarbone cut and only light internal shaping. It might be a short layered cut that keeps softness at the front. The right length depends on your face shape, your neck, your shoulders, your height, your hair density, and how much styling you are willing to do. A petite woman with narrow shoulders may look overwhelmed by hair that falls too far below the collarbone, especially if it is thin at the bottom. A taller woman with a longer neck may carry a longer bob beautifully. A woman with a fuller face may prefer the front pieces to land below the chin rather than right at the widest part of the cheek. A woman with a fuller waist may find that hair ending around the collarbone creates a more balanced vertical line than a very short rounded cut that makes the head look small compared with the body. The goal is not to cut everything off. The goal is to remove the part of the hair that is weakening the overall impression. Think of it like tailoring pants. If a pair of trousers is too long and dragging on the floor, you do not hate your legs. You simply hem the pants so the line is clean or similar. When the ends are tired, the entire style looks tired. When the ends are clean, the whole woman looks more polished. Another thin hair mistake is asking for too many layers because you believe layers always create volume. Layers can be beautiful. They can release movement. They can keep a bob from looking too heavy. They can help curls spring back. But on thin hair, too many layers can remove the very density you are trying to keep. This is where a lot of women get disappointed at the salon. They bring a photo of a soft, airy layered haircut. The model in the photo may have thick hair, extensions, professional lighting, and a stylist standing nearby with a curling iron. Then the mature woman with fine, lower density hair asks for the same layers. The cut may look charming for the first hour, but after washing it at home, she realizes the bottom has disappeared. The crown falls flat. The sides look stringy. The front pieces separate. That does not mean layers are bad. It means thin hair needs strategic layers. If your hair is fine and straight, you may need a stronger base with very soft shaping around the face. If your hair is wavy, you may need enough layering to avoid a triangle shape, but not so much that the ends vanish. If your hair is curly and thinning, the stylist must protect the shape of the curl while avoiding bulk removal in the wrong place. If your hair is gray and coarse in some areas but thin in others, the cut may need different techniques on different sections. This is why the phrase, "just give me layers," can be dangerous. It is too vague. A better conversation with your stylist sounds like this. I want my hair to look fuller at the ends. I need movement around my face, but I do not want the bottom to become see-through. Can we keep a stronger outline and use only the layers that support the shape? That one sentence can save a haircut. The visual difference is easy to see. Too many layers make the eye stop at little broken pieces. A stronger outline lets the eye see the whole shape. The hair looks more deliberate. The face looks more framed. The outfit looks more finished. And for women who wear glasses, this matters even more. Thin, overly layered pieces around the temples can get caught around the frames and create visual clutter. A clean side shape, a soft fringe, or a controlled face framing piece can make glasses look chic instead of accidental. The hairstyle and the glasses should look like they belong to the same woman. Now let's talk about one of the most aging thin hair habits, styling the ends into a tight round under curl. For some women, this started as a practical habit. The round brush goes under. The ends curl under. The style feels neat. But when the hair is thin, a tight under curl can make the haircut look dated, especially if the shape becomes too round at the sides. The problem is not neatness. Neatness is lovely. The problem is that the undercurl often closes the face. When the ends curl under tightly at the jaw or chin, the eye stops right there. If you have jowls, softness under the chin, or a shorter line, it can emphasize the exact area you may prefer to soften. It can also make the head look like one solid shape, especially with a helmet like bob. A more modern option is a relaxed bend, a beveled edge, or soft movement away from the face. The difference is subtle but powerful. A tight undercurl says the hair has been set into place. A soft bevel says the hair has shape but still breathes. A slight movement away from the cheekbone opens the face. It shows the earring. It lifts the eye. It makes the jawline look less boxed in. This does not mean everyone needs beach waves. In fact, messy beach waves can look wrong on some mature women if the texture becomes too dry or chaotic. The better idea is controlled softness. A polished bend. A little lift but does not frizz. If your hair is very fine, use a large barrel curling iron or a round brush to create a bend rather than a tight curl. Let the ends cool, then loosen them with your fingers. Avoid brushing everything into a rounded cap. If your hair is wavy, use a lightweight curl cream only where needed and avoid heavy oils near the scalp. If your hair is straight and silky, a blunt bob with a slight bevel may be more flattering than forced waves that fall out in 20 minutes. Thin hair should not be tortured into a texture it cannot hold. It should be shaped in a way that respects its nature. Another style to stop relying on is the severe tight pullback. A low bun, ponytail, twist, or clip can be graceful at any age. It can look very chic with a turtleneck, a crisp shirt, pearl earrings, or a simple black dress. But when thin hair is pulled back too tightly, several things happen at once. First, the scalp may show more. Second, the hairline can look thinner. Third, the face may look more exposed in a way that feels harsh rather than lifted. And repeated tension from tight hairstyles can contribute to traction-related hair loss, which dermatology sources warn can happen when hairstyles pull on the hair over time. That does not mean you can never wear your hair up. It means the updo needs softness and safety. Instead of scraping the hair straight back from the forehead, leave a little softness at the hairline. Change the placement of your pony so the same area is not under tension every day. Use fabric-covered elastics, soft ties, or gentle clips rather than tight rubber bands. If you notice pain, bumps, tenderness, breakage, or thinning around the edges, that is not a style problem to ignore. A qualified dermatologist or medical professional can help identify what is happening, especially if the shedding is sudden or changing quickly. Dermatology guidance emphasizes that effective hair loss treatment starts with finding the cause. For a mature woman, the most flattering pulled back style is often not the tightest one. It is the one with a little lift at the crown, a soft piece near the temple, and enough shape at the back that it looks intentional. Think of the difference between a rushed grocery store ponytail and a soft low twist with earrings. Same hair, same woman, completely different impression. The ponytail says, "I gave up today." The soft twist says, "That is the entire secret of mature style." The viewer should never feel that your hair happened by accident. Even casual hair can look chosen. Now we need to talk about color because thin hair and hair color are deeply connected visually. One of the most common mistakes is keeping a very dark, solid hair color long after the hair has become finer. A rich brunette or deep black can be stunning on the right woman. This is not a rule against dark hair. But when thin hair is colored in one flat, very dark shade, it can create a strong contrast with the scalp. That contrast may make the part look wider and the hairline more visible. It can also make facial shadows look stronger, especially around the eyes, mouth, and jaw. If your natural coloring is high contrast and you feel beautiful in deeper shades, you may not need to go light. But you may need dimension. Datramin can mean soft highlights, lowlights, a gentler root blend, face-framing brunette shade that is not quite as dense and inky as before. The goal is not to become blonde. The goal is to reduce harshness and add movement to hair that no longer has the natural density to create shadows on its own. Gray hair can also be gorgeous, but it needs shape and shine. Gray is not the problem. Thin gray hair that is dry, yellowed, shapeless, or overly matte can make the whole face look tired. But silver hair with a clean cut, soft shine, healthy intentional clothing colors can be incredibly striking. If you wear gray hair, pay attention to what sits near your face. A muddy beige sweater may drain you. A soft white, navy blue, berry charcoal, or clear green may bring your features forward depending on your undertone. Makeup also matters. Thin gray hair with a bare face can sometimes make the features disappear, especially if eyebrows have faded. A little brow definition, soft blush, and lip color can restore balance without looking overdone. This is the part many women miss. Hair color changes the clothing colors you can wear best. The blouse that looked flattering when your hair was deep brown may not do the same thing when your hair is silver. The black top that once looked dramatic may now feel too heavy unless you soften it with pearls, a scarf, a brighter lipstick, or a neckline that shows skin. The beige cardigan that looked quiet may now make everything look flat. Thin hair does not live alone. It interacts with your face, your glasses, your jewelry, and your wardrobe. Another thin hair habit to stop is overloading the hair with heavy products. It is completely understandable. When hair reach for smoothing creams, oils, masks, leave-in conditioners, shine sprays, thickening sprays, dry shampoo, hairspray, and sometimes several of them at once. Each thin hair can only carry so much. Too much product at the root makes the hair separate. Too much oil on the ends makes the hair look stringy. Too much hairspray makes movement disappear. Too much dry shampoo can create a dull, dusty look. Then the woman thinks her hair is the problem, when actually the hair is simply weighed down. Dermatology guidance notes that styling practices and products can contribute to hair looking brittle, frizzy, lackluster, or damaged, and recommends gentle handling and professional guidance when concerns persist. A better routine is not necessarily more expensive. It is more selective. Use volumizing products near the roots, but keep them light. Use conditioner mainly from mid-length to ends, unless your scalp truly needs it. Use smoothing products only where the hair looks frizzy, not all over. If you use dry shampoo, apply a small amount. Let it sit. Then brush or massage gently so it does not leave a chalky cast. If your hair feels coated even after washing, you may be using too much or using formulas meant for thicker hair. A good test is this. After styling, does your hair still move when you turn your head? If the answer is no, the products may be controlling the hair too much. Thin hair needs support, not armor. The next mistake is wearing bangs or no bangs without considering the new face line. Bangs can be wonderful for mature women. They can soften forehead lines, bring attention to the eyes, balance glasses, and make a haircut feel more current. But the wrong bangs can make thin hair look thinner. Very heavy bangs may steal too much hair from the crown, leaving the top flat. Very wispy bangs may separate into little strings and draw attention to thinness. Bangs cut too short can feel severe. Bangs cut too wide can make the sides look sparse, and if you wear glasses, the bang length must work with the frame, or the whole face can look crowded. For many women over 60 with thin hair, the most flattering option is soft curtain fringe, side-swept bang, or face framing piece that blends into the haircut. It should look like part of the shape, not a separate curtain pasted onto the forehead. If your forehead is high and your hairline is thinning, a soft side fringe can be more forgiving than a center part pulled flat. If your face is rounder, longer curtain pieces may be better than short, straight bangs. If your face is narrow, a soft brow grazing fringe may add balance. If your hair is curly, bangs need to be cut for your curl pattern, not stretched straight in the salon and then left to shrink at home. The misunderstanding is that bangs are either youthful or aging. They are neither by themselves, they are a tool. Used well, they frame the eyes. Used poorly, they consume too much density or create clutter. And this brings us to the part line. If you have thin hair and you wear the same exact part every day for 20 years, the hair may lie flatter in that area. The scalp may also appear more visible because the hair is trained in one direction. Changing the part slightly can give immediate lift. A deep side part can be glamorous on some women, but on very thin hair, it may expose sparse areas. A severe center part, it can look modern on thick hair, but on thin, sometimes pull the eyes straight to the scalp. A soft off-center part is often the most forgiving. It looks natural, gives a little lift, and avoids the severity of a ruler straight line. Try moving the part just half an inch. Not a dramatic flip, just enough to wake up the roots. Then use your fingers, not a hard comb line. That one small adjustment can make the crown look fuller and the face less tired. The next issue is the salon-only haircut. This is the cut that looks beautiful when the stylist does it, but collapses when you do it yourself. For women with thin hair, this is one of the most frustrating experiences. You leave the salon to your hair and realize this style requires 3 brushes, 2 hot tools, 4 products, and the hand strength of a professional. That is not a practical haircut. A good thin hairstyle after 60 should match your real life. If you swim, travel, go to church early, help with grandchildren, work part-time, or prefer a simple routine, your haircut must respect that. A cut that only works under salon lighting is not serving you. When you speak with your stylist, be honest. Say how much time you actually spend on your hair. Say whether you use hot tools, say whether you have arthritis in your hands, shoulder stiffness, scalp sensitivity, or difficulty holding a round brush. Say whether you wash daily or twice a week. Say whether you wear hats, glasses, hearing aids, scarves, or high collars. These details are not small. They change the haircut. If your hands get tired, a short style that needs daily precision may not be easier. A slightly longer bob that can air dry with a little product may be easier. If your hair flips at the neckline, cutting it exactly at that flip may make styling harder. If you wear glasses, the side length should work around the arms of the frames. If you wear turtlenecks or scarves, the nape should not become bulky. Beauty after 60 is not about high maintenance. It is about intelligent maintenance. Another mistake is confusing flat hair with neat hair. Some women are so afraid of frizz, flyaways, or looking messy that they smooth every strand down. They flatten the crown, tuck the sides tightly behind the ears, and press the hair close to the head. It feels controlled. But visually, it can make the hair look thinner and the face look heavier. A little controlled air around the face is often more flattering than perfect flatness. The key word is controlled. Not frizz, not chaos, not a cloud. Just enough lift so the hair does not cling to the scalp. This matters especially when wearing simple clothes. A plain t-shirt and jeans can look fresh with softly lifted hair, good earrings, and a clean shoe. But if the hair is flat, an outfit can look unfinished. A cardigan and pull-on pants can look cozy and polished with a shaped haircut. But with flat, limp hair, it may drift into frumpy territory. The hair is often what tells people whether your casual outfit is intentional. If you like comfort clothes, your hair becomes even more important. You do not need complicated styling, but you do need shape. A soft side part, lifted crown, clean ends, and a little shine can make a simple outfit look chosen. Now let's correct a few common misunderstandings about thin hair after 60. The first misunderstanding is, I must cut it all off. Not always. Some women look radiant in a pixie. Others feel exposed and uncomfortable. Short hair can look modern, feminine, and chic, but only when the shape suits the face and the hair has enough structure. A too short cut on very fine hair can sometimes show more scalp, especially at the crown. If you love short hair, ask for softness, texture, and a shape that does not cling too tightly to the head. The second misunderstanding is, I can never have long hair again. Also not true. Longer hair can be beautiful after 60 if the ends are healthy. The density supports the length. And the style does not drag the face downward. The question is not age. The question is whether the length still flatters your hair. A collarbone cut with clean ends may look far more luxurious than hair halfway down the back that has lost fullness. The third misunderstanding is gray hair makes me look old. Gray hair does not automatically age you. Poor shape, dullness, yellowing, harsh clothing colors, and lack of facial definition can age the overall look. Silver hair with a flattering cut, healthy shine, intentional color choices, and soft makeup can look modern and powerful. The fourth misunderstanding is more volume is always better. More volume in the wrong place can make the hair look dated. Width at the sides can make the face look wider. Height that is too stiff can feel artificial. Volume should support your face shape. Often the best volume is at the crown and around the cheekbones, not in a big rounded mass around the ears. The fifth misunderstanding is thin hair is hopeless. It is not hopeless. You may not be able to style it the same way you did decades ago, but you can absolutely make it look graceful, polished, current, and feminine. And if the thinning is sudden, patchy, painful, or emotionally distressing, it is worth asking for help. Hair loss in women can have different causes, including pattern hair loss, shedding related to stress or illness, medications, nutritional issues, hormonal changes, autoimmune conditions, or scalp disorders. Medical sources emphasize that treatment depends on the cause and may include changing damaging routines, addressing underlying health issues, correcting deficiencies when present, or using medical treatments when appropriate. A styling video can help you look better day to day, but it cannot diagnose what is happening on your scalp. You deserve both beauty support and proper care. Now, let's bring this into a real morning. You are getting ready to meet a friend for lunch. You put on dark straight leg pants, a soft ivory blouse, comfortable loafers, and a gold bracelet. The outfit is simple, but it has potential. Then you look at your hair. If you flatten it, the outfit becomes plain. If you tease it too high, the outfit becomes dated. If the ends are thin and resting sadly on the blouse, the outfit looks less polished. If the color is too harsh, the ivory blouse may make the face look tired. But if you create soft lift at the crown, smooth the surface lightly, keep movement at the sides. Define your brows, add a lip color, and let your earrings show, the entire look changes. That is the small change. Big difference moment. You did not buy a new wardrobe. You did not hide your age. You simply made the hair support the woman you are today. The same principle applies to church, travel, errands, dinner, family photos, or dating again. Thin hair should not be treated as a flaw. It should be treated as a fabric. Just as chiffon needs different tailoring than denim, fine hair needs different styling than thick hair. So here's the practical closet and mirror checklist, spoken simply. Look at the ends first. If the bottom of your hair is transparent, uneven, or clinging to your shoulders, it may be time for a stronger line. Look at the crown. If it is either flat against the scalp bump, aim for soft root lift instead. Look at the sides. If they puff out around the ears, the shape may be adding width where you do not want it. You may need a little movement to soften the face. Look at the part. If it is very straight, very wide, or in the same place every day, try a softer off-center placement. Look at the front. If bangs are stringy, too heavy, or fighting your glasses, ask for a fringe that blends. Look at your color. If it is flat, too dark, yellowed, or dull, consider dimension, gloss, toning, or a softer shade that works with your skin. Look at your products. If your hair feels coated, stiff, dusty, oily, or separated, simplify the routine. Look at your daily life. If the haircut only works when a professional styles it, it is not the right haircut for your real mornings. And finally, look at your whole reflection, not just your hair. Does the hair help your face look open? Does it make your eyes easier to notice? Does it work with your glasses? Does it show your earrings? Does it make your neckline look cleaner? Does it balance your shoulders? Does it make your outfit look intentional? That is what matters. You are not trying to look like your younger self. You are trying to look like the most polished, alive, feminine, confident version of yourself now. Thin hair can still be beautiful. Gray hair can still be striking. Short hair can still be soft. Longer hair can still be stylish. And aging does not mean disappearing. Sometimes the most powerful beauty decision is not adding more. It is removing the styling habit that is making everything look heavier than it needs to be. Remove the stiff teasing. Remove the tired